MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. I just want to put out a prediction video for Dominick Cruz versus Urijah Faber. Dominick Cruz recently won the bantamweight championship, the bantamweight title against TJ Dillashaw. A split decision, very controversial. A lot of people believe TJ Dillashaw won. It was a very close fight, very tough fight to score. But in my opinion, I had Dominick Cruz winning it. He won more of the rounds, especially those early, the first three rounds I gave to Dominick Cruz. That's just my opinion. They were close, but I felt he did enough to win. And TJ Dillashaw was looking, out of his comfort zone. He wasn't light on his toes and picking people apart like he normally does. He was not fighting his game. And the last two rounds were very close. TJ Dillashaw, probably did a little more damage. Of course, did more damage in those two rounds, but very close. And majority of the people, more of the people think Cruz won, but there is a lot. I would say it's about 60-40. 40%, probably feel that TJ Dillashaw won, and for good reason. They will fight after this fight if Cruz, can get past Urijah Faber, which I believe he will. But now it's an interesting story because Dominick Cruz's first fight in the UFC was against Urijah Faber, and he lost. He got submitted in the first round, I believe. Now, years later, about 5 years later, or 4 years later, Dominick Cruz becomes champ, and he's the champ in the UFC, and then he fights Urijah Faber for the second time, and that was a great fight. Dominick Cruz won a unanimous decision. A lot of people thought, maybe Urijah Faber did enough to win. Personally, I didn't see it that way. It was a close fight. Urijah Faber definitely had his moments in their second fight against Dominick Cruz. Definitely had his moments. He dropped Cruz, I believe, once or twice. But both times, Dominick Cruz recovered instantly. So there was never real, threat of being in real danger, for Dominick Cruz. And, he does what he does. He, the best footwork in the game, the best movement in the game. He's the best. He's the most pure boxer in MMA, bar none. There's no comparison. He is a natural boxer. He boxes like a mixture of Willie Pep and Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson. Maybe not Sugar Ray Robinson, but he's phenomenal out there. And he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the knockouts. A lot of people don't appreciate his style of fighting. But as a boxing fan, I can't help but love it. And yes, he's a decision machine. So if you're looking, if your type of guy is a knockout guy, well, he's not gonna be your favorite. But what this guy does, he's the best at it, and he is the best bantamweight of all time. There's no doubt. In all of all time, in MMA history, he's the best bantamweight. He really is. He's got the best resume. He's only lost once to Urijah Faber in his pro debut. And Urijah Faber was already an established star at that point, and for good reason. He was submitting everyone, and he is dangerous, But in their first fight, obviously both guys got older. Dominick Cruz has been on the sidelines for a long time. Urijah Faber, has been fighting, winning and losing. He loses to the top guys. I'll give him that. But he's not getting any better. He never changed his style up. His game's never evolved. His fighting style's never evolved with the times. So basically, he's the same fighter. He never really gets a whole lot better. He just gets older. And Dominick Cruz, he's been an analyst for a while. He's a very smart man. He's a much brighter guy than Urijah Faber. It's not too hard to tell. Nothing against Urijah Faber. I like the guy. He's a solid fighter. He comes to fight. He comes to win. But I can't see Urijah Faber winning this one. He might have his moments like in the first or like in their second fight. Urijah Faber might have his moments, but in the end, he's not going to win this, and it will be a decision win for Dominick Cruz. Probably be unanimous. It should be unanimous. I can't see it being a split. I really don't. believe it will be a split, That's just my opinion. Now, you never know. Urijah Faber could get a finish, but let's be honest. When was the last time Urijah Faber submitted someone, Oh, I mean, who I shouldn't say that because it wasn't that long ago. I think it was what was it, Rivera, one like 2-3 years ago perhaps. But I mean, like, honestly, Urijah Faber, he's not going to submit Dominick Cruz. Dominick Cruz's wrestling and his grappling is probably better than Urijah Faber's. It really is. He might not be as physically as strong, but he's a smarter fighter and he has better wrestling, better grappling. That's just my opinion. I mean, maybe not takedowns. Maybe his takedowns aren't as good as Urijah Faber's, but actually, you could probably argue that because he's very crafty and very just because he doesn't have the strength. Dominick Cruz is still a phenomenal wrestler, phenomenal grappler, and so he's not going to get submitted. Now, when was the last time Urijah Faber really knocked anyone out? Like, I'm gonna take a peek here. Hold on, I gotta pull up this thing here. I'm looking here. Lots of submissions, but his last TKO stoppage was back in 2006. So Urijah Faber hasn't had a stoppage, hasn't won via TKO or KO since 2006. A decade. It's been a decade since he stopped someone. I can't see him submitting Dominick Cruz. That's just not going to happen. Dominick Cruz. I mean, of course, Urijah Faber submitted him back in the day, but that's going back 9 years ago. And Dominick Cruz, it was his first professional fight. He's fought many great fighters since. He's fought the best of the best, and he's never been submitted. He fought Urijah the second time. He didn't even get close to getting submitted. Dominick Cruz might not be better than he once was, but I think he's about the same. I really do believe that. He's still 31 years old. Urijah Faber hasn't changed with the times. He really hasn't evolved. He doesn't throw his punches in combinations. He's very predictable. Dominick Cruz will always be 2 steps ahead of him. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I can't see Urijah Faber winning this. I just cannot see it happening. That's just my opinion. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys are picking. But I definitely have Dominick Cruz winning a unanimous decision. No problem. But if you like the video, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter at MMA Boxing Talk 1. Peace.